Welcome back, y'all. This weekend is Easter, and so I wanted to take a moment to do something slightly different on our channel and highlight something I've never really highlighted before, and that's going deeper to the faith of our boys in gray. Now, I sell quite a few books on this. I've talked about the Great Revival in the Southern Army. I've highlighted that book. It's a fantastic book. But today I wanted to talk about two other books that are very, very important and I think really pertain to the subject of Christian faith within the Confederate Army. Now, if y'all remember, last week in my newsletter, I highlighted one of my favorite books, Stonewall Jackson's Verse by Rumberg. This book that I'm going to highlight today, Jackson and the Preachers, is going to somewhat similarly talk about the subject of Jackson's faith. It shows how much he relied on spiritual support from the men around him. He was a man that truly believed he was fighting with a higher purpose, and this author here in this book uses personal stories, letters, sermons to show how deep Jackson's faith really was, and all of the specific men who really influenced Jackson during the war. So this is one you definitely want to have, and I have it on a huge sale this weekend only, so get it now. Now, another book I wanted to highlight, and it's one I never have talked about really before. It's a very special one. It's a historical reprint from 1862. It's called Hymns for the Camp. This little pocket-sized hymn book was made specifically for Confederate soldiers during the war. Now, it is a second edition, is what this historical reprint is based off of, just a basic history of it. It was created by a Reverend Dickinson and printed it first in Raleigh, North Carolina. The goal of this really was to give the soldiers out on the field some spiritual comfort, some comfort of any kind. It has 151 hymns, and it focuses on things like worship, Christ, death, the Bible. Now, when it was first printed, they sold 10,000 copies. That went really fast. They printed another 25,000, and it's a small little booklet, but it's a really powerful look into the faith and mindset of Southern soldiers during the war. Many soldiers read this during the war, and it is great if you sing in a traditional hymn kind of way, but it's really poetry, y'all. And this is a wonderful little book. Great little book to have on your shelf. And it's late in the evening. I've closed the shop down and I'm recording videos, so I had to get myself a cup of coffee, and I'm enjoying it in my JEB Stuart mug. Jeb was a good Christian man, so we can highlight him this Easter. So you can get this coffee mug, and you can get some great coffee on ConfederateShop.com. I might be sold out of the ground. I've got more coming. I've been selling the coffee like crazy. That Peaberry coffee is fantastic. So if you haven't tried it yet, get yourself a bag of that and get yourself a new mug. JEB Stuart also has a pretty cool quote. Believe that you can whip the enemy and you have won half the battle. It's pretty good. Thanks again, y'all.